Hello and welcome. I'm A.W. Holman, author and creator of the Dark Chills podcast. I have a short story for you tonight, so I want to take this opportunity to thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy the show. Please take the time to like, subscribe, or share these episodes, and have a great day. Once again, thank you. Dark Chills.
I'm Izzy. My full name is Mary Elizabeth Gordon, but everyone just calls me Izzy. I'm so glad you're here. Make yourself comfortable and I'll tell you all about me. Where should I start? Well, I'm a cheerleader at Midwest Valley High. I'm a junior. I love chatting on social network, reading short stories, watching movies. I guess you could say I'm a typical teenage girl. So tell me about yourself. Just kidding. This is all about me, isn't it? Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, well, I'm not actually typical. I guess you can say I'm a bit of a troublemaker. As long as I can remember, my mom has done her best to teach me right from wrong. As if I didn't already know that. I always have. It's just so much more fun to do bad things. I guess you wouldn't know anything about that, huh? Izzy, what have you done? Mom was always catching me doing something naughty. When I was 5 years old, or something like that, I loved to draw on her beautiful white walls. She never whipped me, though. Maybe she should have. I don't think it would have changed anything about me. Who knows? Anyway, for as long as I could remember, I love to break things. Mom stood over me just long enough to watch me break my 2 last crayons. Izzy, that is the last box you're getting until next week. I've had just about enough of this. Mom was really mad this time. She sent me outside to play while she cleaned up my mess. There were smashed crayons in the carpet, some on the floors, some on the couch, some on the walls. Of course I had to decorate the walls before I destroyed all my crayons. This particular day, though, I wasn't very happy with myself. Breaking crayons was one thing that I had done many times before. I wasn't satisfied, though. So I wandered around in the backyard looking for something better to break. I thought about breaking Mom's petunias, but I decided not to. I love my mom, you see. I didn't do things just to hurt her. I only did whatever satisfied me. I walked past the petunias and past the rope swing and further down to the end of our backyard. It was a warm summer morning, and there was just a touch of dew on the ground. Just enough of it to get my socks wet. I sat down to pull my shoes and socks off when I noticed something moving by my feet. It was a huge grasshopper. Perfect. I snatched it up by its hind legs, squeezing it so hard I could feel its knees caving in, and a clear fluid leaked onto my fingers. Normally, that's something that would gross out any 5-year-old, but I remember how exhilarating it felt. I wanted more. So I grabbed its little stomach area and gave another tight squeeze. The crunching and the oozing got me so excited I squealed with delight. Next, I squeezed its head flat. After pulling off the legs, wings, and mid-parts, my hands were all covered in grasshopper goo. I wiped my hands clean on my white summer dress and ran back inside to wash my hands. Izzy, what have you done? Mom yelled at me again the minute I walked in the door. I followed her eyes to the front of my white summer dress and saw that it was covered in yellow grasshopper goo. I slowly looked up at Mom's disappointed face. Sorry, Mama. I sat in a warm bubble bath, squeezing dents in a pink bar of soap. I was thinking about the grasshopper, how it felt to break it to pieces. So exhilarating. Anyway, that's when I knew what I wanted out of life. Not my career choice, of course. That would be medical school, no doubt. Did I mention I'm a straight-A student? Well, I'm very smart. I moved up 2 grades since high school, so I'm a bit smaller and younger than most of my classmates. I'm still so much smarter than them, though. I enjoy toying with them without them knowing it. I've caused a few breakups and fistfights here and there, just for fun. They never figure it out. I've heard that life and death is in the power of the tongue. At least that's what the preacher said in church one day. I believe it too. One of these days, I'm going to kill someone by telling lies. That's a long-term goal of mine anyway. Haven't quite worked out all the details yet. It'll come. How are you, by the way? You want a drink of water? Just kidding. Okay, so after the grasshopper, I moved on to bigger things. I caught a cat that lived around our neighborhood. He didn't belong to anyone. He just visited everyone. He was kind of a runt, so a bit small for a grown cat, which was perfect for me. I'm pretty small too, as you can see. Don't get me wrong. I'm no monster. I would never kill a cat that was loved by anyone. This cat was homeless and a bit ugly, so no harm done, right? I didn't want to get scratched, so I got some of those plasticky tie things that Dad used to strap stuff down, and a roll of duct tape. Dad always said, "Izzy, you can do anything with a few of these and some duct tape." What are those things called? Damn. Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. Oh yeah, zip ties. So I used the zip ties around its feet, and I just taped his whole face up with the duct tape. I think he might have died before I even started breaking stuff. It was so much fun either way. That's another thing. I'm not a torturer. I don't care one way or another if I cause the cat any pain. I just wanted to, break it. Cat bones break very easily. Izzy, what have you done? Mom started screaming at me in the bathroom. I think I was about 10 when I graduated to cat breaking. She was gone to the grocery store, and I guess it took me longer to get everything set up, so I lost track of time. She sent me outside again, like the last 10 times. I sat on the rope swing, grinning ear to ear, but at the same time I was a little concerned about Mom. Mom was really, really mad this time, so she sent me outside to play while she cleaned up my mess. There was blood in the bathroom mat, some on the floor, some on the toilet, some on the walls. Of course, I had to decorate the walls before I finished. So that's pretty much how my life went. I usually got away with it, but every once in a while, Mom would catch me and have to clean up my mess. Then, one day, I started breaking dogs. Same thing though, just strays, nothing bigger than a schnauzer. I've learned the hard way that even a small Labrador retriever is very, very hard to break. That's what got me caught too. It took hours, and of course Mom comes home before I can even start to get it all cleaned up. I just hung the sledgehammer up when out of nowhere the garage door began to slide open and she started to pull in. What the f***, Izzy? Oh, I'm so sorry for that one. That was bad, wasn't it? I'm so sorry. It won't happen again. I promise. So, after the initial shock wore off, Mom wasn't mad anymore. She was just ghost white. She pulled the car into the garage and shut the door. She sent me to my room while she cleaned up the mess. At least this time I laid down plastic so there was no blood on the floor to clean up. I cleaned the tools off though. Of course I had to decorate the garage door before I was done. Sorry, Mom, but look, I put plastic down this time. She just stared at me and said, "Go to your room, Izzy." Jeez, she was acting weird. Well, this time, she sent me to talk to a psychiatrist. Of course, she made me promise not to tell about my breaking fetish. Other than that, what else was there to talk about, right? I visited Dr. Morgan once a month for almost a year. All she could discern from our conversation is that I was bored and needed a productive hobby. So just to keep everything in balance, I started volunteering on Saturdays I was reading books to children, helping serve lunch, sweeping and mopping, playing games with the kids. It's been so much fun. I even took a job babysitting for other families. I've saved over $600 just over this past summer. So things are great. I haven't even wanted to break dogs in a long time. Well, except for the one I sort of ran over a week ago, but that hardly counts. Anyway, it's been a long time since I've broken anything. I turned 15 a week ago, and I've decided to step up my game. So that's where you fit into this whole little scheme. I'm no monster, though. I wouldn't do this to anyone's child. But you're just a little orphan, aren't you? You don't belong to anybody.